Hey there, listeners! Welcome to Learn English Perfectly podcast, the show where we dig into topics that spark curiosity and inspire change. I'm your host, Alex, and today, we're uncovering a surprisingly powerful tool that's right at your fingertips: the art of listening. Now, you might be thinking, listening, really? But hold on, this isn't just about being polite in conversations. We're talking about how mastering this skill can unlock new opportunities, deepen your connections, and even boost your personal growth. So whether you're tuning in during your commute, your workout, or just relaxing at home, stay with us. We've got insights and tips that will make you see listening in a whole new light, ready to transform the way you engage with the world. Let's dive in. Let's explore the topic of mental health in specific populations. Emma, how do mental health challenges manifest differently across various age groups or cultural backgrounds?
Mental health challenges can vary significantly across different age groups and cultural backgrounds. For children and adolescents, issues might include bullying, academic pressure, and family dynamics, which can affect their mental health in different ways compared to adults. In older adults, issues such as isolation, physical health problems, and life transitions can play a significant role. Cultural background also affects mental health perceptions and treatment. Different cultures have varying attitudes toward mental health, which can impact how individuals seek help and manage their mental well-being. It's important to consider cultural context when addressing mental health to ensure that support and interventions are culturally sensitive and relevant.
That's a very important point. How can mental health professionals and support systems better address these diverse needs?
Professionals can start by being culturally competent and acknowledging the unique experiences of each individual. This involves understanding and respecting cultural beliefs, values, and practices. Providing tailored interventions that consider these factors can improve effectiveness. Additionally, training and education for mental health professionals on cultural competency can enhance their ability to support diverse populations.
Switching gears to a more personal topic, how can someone set and maintain healthy boundaries in their relationships to support their mental health?
Setting healthy boundaries is essential for maintaining mental health and well-being. It involves communicating your needs and limits clearly and respectfully. It's important to recognize your own needs and be honest about what you can and cannot handle. Boundaries help prevent burnout and ensure that relationships remain supportive and balanced. Practicing assertiveness and self-awareness can assist in setting and maintaining these boundaries.
It sounds like clear communication is key. Before we end, let's talk about how listeners can stay motivated in their mental health journey. Any tips for staying engaged with self-care and personal growth?
Staying motivated involves setting realistic goals and celebrating progress, no matter how small. Keeping a journal can help track achievements and reflect on growth. Engaging with a community, whether through support groups or online forums, can provide encouragement and accountability. Lastly, being flexible and adapting your self-care practices as needed can help maintain motivation over time.
Those are excellent tips for keeping engaged. As we conclude, do you have any final resources or recommendations for those wanting to learn more about mental health?
Yes, there are many resources available. Websites like the National Institute of Mental Health (NIMH) and the World Health Organization who offer valuable information. Books like Lost Connections by Johann Hari or Dare to Lead by Brené Brown can also provide insights and practical advice. Additionally, engaging with local mental health organizations can offer both resources and community support.
Our focus to mental health in the digital age, with social media and constant connectivity, how can individuals manage the potential negative impacts on their mental health?
Social media can be both a boon and a bane for mental health. On one hand, it offers connectivity and access to support networks. On the other hand, it can contribute to stress, anxiety, and negative self-comparisons. To manage these impacts, it's important to be mindful of how social media affects you personally. Setting time limits, curating your feed to include positive and supportive content, and taking regular breaks from screens can help mitigate negative effects.
Those are practical strategies. What about dealing with the pressure to present a certain image online? How can people maintain authenticity while engaging on social media?
Maintaining authenticity online involves being honest about your experiences and setting boundaries around what you choose to share. It's important to remember that social media often highlights only the positive aspects of life, which can create unrealistic expectations. Focusing on genuine connections and using social media as a tool for positive engagement rather than comparison can help maintain authenticity and reduce pressure.
Shifting to a different topic, how can someone rebuild their mental health after experiencing a setback or crisis?
Rebuilding mental health after a setback involves acknowledging the experience and allowing yourself time to heal. Setting small, achievable goals can help rebuild confidence and a sense of control. Seeking professional support, practicing self-care, and reconnecting with supportive people are also crucial. It's important to be patient with yourself and recognize that recovery is a gradual process.
What are some ways to identify if you might need professional help, especially if you're unsure about reaching out?
Signs that you might benefit from professional help include persistent feelings of sadness or anxiety, difficulty functioning in daily life, or experiencing overwhelming stress. If you find that self-care strategies are not enough or if your symptoms are interfering with your quality of life, it's a good idea to consult a mental health professional. Sometimes, even a brief consultation can provide clarity on whether further support is needed.
Before we conclude, let's touch on the role of mindfulness in everyday life. How can individuals incorporate mindfulness practices into their busy schedules?
Mindfulness can be integrated into daily routines in various ways. Simple practices like mindful breathing during breaks, mindful eating, or even short meditation sessions can make a difference. The key is consistency. Even a few minutes a day can help. Finding moments throughout the day to pause and focus on the present can be beneficial, and there are many apps that offer quick mindfulness exercises for busy schedules.
To wrap things up, what final piece of advice would you offer to someone who's just starting their journey towards better mental health?
My final piece of advice would be to start small and be gentle with yourself. Begin with manageable steps and gradually incorporate more practices as you feel comfortable. Remember that progress is personal and nonlinear, and seeking support is a sign of strength. Prioritize self-care, stay connected with supportive individuals, and keep an open mind about the various tools and strategies available.
Thank you, Emma, for your invaluable insights and practical advice. The role of physical health in mental well-being. Emma, how does physical health, including exercise and nutrition, impact mental health?
Physical health has a profound impact on mental well-being. Regular exercise releases endorphins, which can improve mood and reduce stress. It also enhances cognitive function and sleep quality. Nutrition plays a crucial role as well. A balanced diet can influence brain function and mood regulation. For instance, omega-3 fatty acids and vitamins like B12 and D are important for mental health. Incorporating both exercise and a nutritious diet can create a solid foundation for overall mental well-being.
That's a great point. How can someone find motivation to start or maintain a healthy lifestyle, especially if they're feeling overwhelmed or low?
Finding motivation can be challenging, especially when dealing with low energy or mood. Starting with small, manageable goals can help build momentum. Finding activities you enjoy and setting realistic expectations can make it easier. Sometimes, partnering with a friend or joining a community group can provide additional motivation and support. It's important to focus on progress rather than perfection and to celebrate small victories along the way.
We've touched on a lot of individual strategies for managing mental health. How can someone advocate for mental health support within their community or workplace?
Advocacy starts with raising awareness and fostering open conversations about mental health. You can initiate discussions, share resources, and support policies that promote mental health. In the workplace, proposing programs like mental health days, employee assistance programs, or training sessions can make a significant impact. In the community, participating in or organizing events that promote mental health awareness can help reduce stigma and encourage support.
What role does family support play in mental health, and how can family members offer effective support to loved ones who might be struggling?
Family support is crucial for mental health. Understanding, empathy, and active listening are key components of effective support. Family members can encourage open communication and be non-judgmental listeners. Educating themselves about mental health can also help them provide informed support. It's important for families to maintain a supportive environment and to encourage professional help when necessary.
Let's discuss the impact of major life changes on mental health. How can someone cope with significant transitions, such as moving to a new city, changing jobs, or experiencing a loss?
Major life changes can be stressful and affect mental health significantly. Coping with these transitions involves acknowledging the stress and giving yourself permission to grieve or adjust. Establishing routines, staying connected with supportive people, and setting small, achievable goals can help manage the transition. Seeking professional support during these times can also provide valuable guidance and coping strategies.
We've covered a lot of ground today. Before we wrap up, are there any emerging trends or new research in mental health that you find particularly exciting or promising?
There are several exciting developments in mental health research. For example, the exploration of digital mental health tools and teletherapy has expanded access to care. Research into the gut-brain connection is also revealing how diet and microbiome health can impact mental well-being. Additionally, there's growing interest in trauma-informed care, which focuses on understanding and addressing the impact of trauma in therapeutic settings.
Those developments sound promising. As we conclude, do you have any final thoughts or advice for our listeners who are eager to take proactive steps for their mental health?
My final advice would be to remain curious and open to different approaches. Mental health is a personal journey, and what works for one person may not work for another. Experiment with various strategies, seek out resources, and don't hesitate to reach out for professional help if needed. The most important thing is to prioritize your well-being and to be compassionate with yourself throughout the process.
Thank you, Emma, for sharing your expertise and insights.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity to discuss these important topics.
And thank you to our listeners for joining us on this episode of Mind Matters. We hope you found the conversation valuable and informative. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, please reach out to us. We're always eager to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to Learn English Perfectly podcast and stay tuned for more discussions on mental health and well-being. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.